everyone, it's Gojira Prime with another Transformers video, and today I just want to go over an article I found on Screen Rant in regard to the new Transformers 1 film that's due out next year. But first of all, as always, I do have a Facebook page, Gojira Prime, where I do post images of any figures in my collection, links to videos I do, and anything else I find of interest. So if you do have the time, do please find the page, hit like, hit subscribe, and do feel free to comment on anything I do post. So this article from Screen Rant is basically how Transformers 1 is breaking a 37-year Optimus Prime streak by casting Chris Hemsworth in the lead role instead of veteran actor Peter Cullen. Now, for many of us, Peter Cullen is the definitive Optimus Prime. I don't personally have an issue with other voice actors or actors trying to do the role, as long as they are able to do it in a way that makes him unique. They try to put their own stamp on it, maybe. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but hopefully Chris Hemsworth can make it worth with the Transformers 1 film that is coming out later this year. So let's just have a quick look at the article. So the next installment in the Transformers movie franchise, the animated Transformers 1, is breaking an Optimus Prime casting tradition after 37 years. Directed by Toy Story's Josh Cooley, Transformers 1 will explore the origins of Cybertron and chart how Optimus Prime and Megatron went from being close friends to being mortal enemies. This has kind of now become the definitive way of doing Prime and Megatron. It started, I think, pretty much with the aligned continuity, and they basically run with that as the definitive storyline these days with Optimus and Megatron. The Transformers franchise arguably belongs in animation. The live-action movies have struggled to depict the Autobots and Decepticons in a way that isn't hideous, but they always look great in cartoon form. I'll disagree with that. I think the live-action movies, particularly in the first three and the latest two, have done a very good job with their depiction of the characters. Not a fan of how they were done in films 4 and 5. I generally didn't like the aesthetics, but I think in general they've tried to make them more unique and a bit more alien, which has worked most of the time. I will agree that Transformers belongs in animation. I think, personally, based on what I've seen, what the latest films have made money-wise back, they've not been commercial successes. They've not done as well as they needed to do. So I think really going forward, I think maybe Paramount and Hasbro should just focus on the animation way of doing things. The star-studded voice cast of Transformers 1 features A-listers such as Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee, Scarlett Johansson as Elita 1, John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. Out of all of those, I think the most interested I am, most excited for the one I am for, is going to be Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. I think that's going to be a really good match with his voice to that character. I think that will work really, really well. For the role of Optimus Prime, instead of bringing back veteran voice actor Peter Cullen, Transformers 1 has recast with an entirely new actor. This will mark the first time since 1986's Transformers the movie that Cullen is not voicing Optimus Prime, so the new actor has some pretty big boots to fill. Basically, Cullen has done Prime in G1, Aligned, Movieverse. He's done all the pretty big ones over the recent years. Peter Cullen has voiced Optimus since the original 80s cartoon series. He has since reprised the role in 5 animated series, 13 video games, and the theme park ride at Universal Studios. He's also played Optimus in the animated Transformers movie and all the live-action movies, from Bay's original 2007 to the most recent entry, Rise of the Beasts. It's impossible to imagine anyone besides Cullen playing the role of Optimus. He brings all the necessary gravitas and dramatic weight to the gallant leader of the Autobots. Cullen's voice is inexorably tied to the role. It's as recognizable as his blue crown or his red crest. But Transformers 1 isn't bringing back Cullen to play Prime, making it the first Transformers movie to do so. Instead, the role will be played by Chris Hemsworth, best known as Thor from the Marvel MCU. So, yeah, Hemsworth has got some pretty big shoes to fill in regard to the role of Optimus Prime. It is the central character for the franchise. But, hopefully he can do it justice. It would seem like a no-brainer to bring back Cullen to reprise his role as Prime in Transformers 1, like getting J.K. Simmons to play J. Jonah Jameson, but the casting team has instead given the role to Hemsworth. This is likely because Hemsworth is a bigger star than Cullen. I would really disagree with that one. So his name will lend some marquee value to the film's marketing, but Hemsworth's performance won't likely be as strong as Cullen's. Unlike Cullen, Hemsworth isn't a voice actor by trade, so he might not do the character justice. In all fairness, you know, like I said before, people are going to automatically compare Hemsworth's performance to Cullen's performance or their preferred version of Optimus Prime. Some people may prefer David Kane as Optimus Prime. Some people prefer Gary Chalk as Optimus Prime because that's the one that they've grown up with. Me, myself, I'm a G1er, so for me, Peter Cullen is the definitive Optimus Prime. However, I'm not going to write Hemsworth off because ultimately he may do a really good job with this. If he's given the right coaching, a decent script, it could all work out very well. And I don't think there's any issue with a younger actor or voice actor taking on the role of a younger Optimus Prime. And let's face it, Peter Cullen is now in his 80s. He is getting on quite a bit, and he's not going to be able to do it forever. At some point, he is going to want to step down permanently from the role. So I really am quite intrigued by the casting choices. I really do like the fact that Lawrence Fishburne is voicing Alpha Trion. I'm interested to see what Chris Hemsworth can do with his Prime, and what Scarlett Johansson can do with her Alita 1. Hopefully this will be a very good film. Hopefully it will be able to inject something new into the Transformers franchise. We're just going to have to wait and see. And hopefully it will be all good. So thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you have a nice day, and thank you very much.